griping me lately. And then we're just going to leave it at that. First off, the one thing that I really want to address is this new trend in the league of dumb motherfuckers sending texts. I'm getting them. I'm assuming other people are fucking getting them too. Oh, why didn't you make this trade? Or, hey, remember that one time when I fucking offered you Dickhead McGee for a 4th round pick and you didn't take it? Go fuck yourself, all right? You people act like you know everything, and I've said this before, but you act as if you're the only ones in this league who know all there is to know about fantasy football, and that you're the only one who's ever denied a trade that they should have taken, or you've made a trade that you probably shouldn't have taken and it didn't work out for you. You're not the only fucking ones. You don't need to throw that back in everyone's face all the fucking time. Let me give you an example. I offered Dusty AP for Deion Sims the week that Deion Sims went out. Do you see me fucking throwing that back in his face? He didn't make the trade because at the time it didn't work out for him. Turns out his guy got hurt. Oh well, maybe he should have made it, maybe not. But what's the point of fucking throwing it back in his face? Raffleson! I wanted Mike Wallace all fucking preseason for Raffleson, and so did other people. And Raff decided, you know what, he's a hot commodity, maybe I should hold on to him. Well, Mike Wallace has been dog shit. Are we fucking throwing that back in Raffleson's face? No, because it just fucking is what it is. So please, for the love of God, you're not smarter than everyone else. You are not an elite fucking mind. You are a douche like the rest of us. So stop. For the love of God, stop with those text messages. That's my short gripe. Obviously, my next gripe is, and my last final gripe, is going to be pertaining to the one and only fucking Cooney, who decided to spend 5 minutes on his podcast ranting about me, the fucking spark plug of the league. I had to take notes because there was so many illogical and ridiculous things that he had to say on his fucking podcast that I could spend an entire day ranting about him. But I'm just going to hit a couple of the bullet points that were just complete fucking dog shit. Now, first of all, let me preface this by giving you all a little frame of a reference of who it is that we're fucking dealing with here in terms of Brendan Cooney. Cooney was 5-8 last year and he didn't make the playoffs, all right? He's 2-7 this year and he gave up on his fucking team weeks ago. Now, don't let him give you that bullshit about, oh, my fucking team's all hurt and blah, blah, blah. Fucking join the club. We all deal with injuries. But, you know, if you really want to use Cooney logic with that, here's some Cooney logic. Don't fucking draft players who get hurt. Pretty simple. If you don't draft players who get hurt, your players won't get hurt, and then you will have a full lineup and you won't have to deal with bitching about injuries. Pretty bullshit logic, don't you think? But it's right on par with Cooney's logic, so that's what I'm going to go with and fucking use. So, at the end of the day, Cooney, you have never been in the playoffs in the tLOL. You will not make the playoffs this year, and everything about you in terms of what you claim for fantasy knowledge is complete garbage, or else you'd have a better team. So just keep that in mind, everyone, when you're hearing some of the bullshit that he has to say on his podcast, and as you hear me examine in logic some of his bullshit that he talked about on his last podcast. Now, first of all, I want to start off by getting to Cooney saying that he expects more from me. He said that in his last podcast. Now, he then proceeded to talk about my hypocrisy in that, well, 1 minute Bentley says one thing, and then the next minute he says the next thing. Well, talk about a fucking hypocrite. You say you expect more from me, but 2 minutes earlier, you had said that, oh, this is fucking typical Bentley, you know, meaning that he has this preconceived notion already that I'm a fucking idiot. No, you do not expect more from me, so stop bullshitting everybody. You think I'm a fucking moron, and that's been made very, very clear. So,
hey.
What?
Why are you swearing?
Stop. Go fucking mind your own business. Get the hell out of here. Christ almighty.
You don't have to be so rude.
Go back upstairs. Jesus. God.
Your stupid freaking podcast. Cut it out. I can hear it all the way upstairs.
Yeah. Fucking go make dinner. Anyways. Now, fucking interrupted there. Where did I leave off? Oh yeah, Cooney thinking that he expects more from me. I think I've pretty much hammered that fucker home. Now, I gotta point out that Cooney brought up this whole fucking thing about me wanting to win now or set myself up so that I'm not in the all-play cellar. And that is definitely something that I said. But then he pointed out that it doesn't matter where I am in all play because I don't have my first round. That makes no fucking sense at all. There's fucking more than one round in the draft. Like, if you do not value your draft picks beyond the first round, then why don't you fucking give me all of your draft picks and I will make sure to fucking do something from them. I'm well aware that I don't have my fucking first round pick, alright? I'm very aware of that. So, does that mean I should just fucking tank the season and say fuck it on all play? It's very, very possible to fucking pick somebody up in the second, third, and even fourth round that's going to be legitimate. And I would much rather be in the 15th pick than the 17th pick so that somebody like fucking Keith or Sticka doesn't snipe me of somebody who I wanted to have. So, you know what? Just because I don't have my fucking first round pick doesn't mean that I'm not going to still play for all play wins, you fucking Todd. Jesus Christ, that was one of the many illogical things that you fucking said. Belly doesn't have a first round pick, so you better not fucking start playing for all play. Get real. I can't. Do you honestly think that people take you seriously? Honestly? Oh my god. Anyways, as far as that whole Marcel Reese rant that you fucking went on, I seriously needed to hit my head over a hammer listening to you talk. You said that I've had 7 months to see that all of my running backs were going to be on bye during whatever last week was, week 8 or week 9. Who the fuck am I going to pick up 7 months ago that is available that may possibly provide some service for my team during a week 9 matchup in which I have multiple byes? Who am I going to pick up in week 2 of this season, let alone 7 months ago? It's fucking preposterous. There is nobody who is available 7 months ago or even 6 or 7 weeks ago that I could say, oh, that motherfucker, he's probably going to fucking do well in week 9 when I have all these buys. There's a reason in our league that even though we have small rosters according to some people, everybody is rostered. There's nobody that I could have picked up. What am I supposed to do? Pick up the fucking third string running back from the Kansas City Chiefs thinking, well, you know what? Jamal Charles, he fucking might get hurt, and Charkandrick West, he might get hurt, and so it's really going to be sweet in 10 weeks when I've got that third string running back, and I'm going to fool everybody. So fucking stupid. Let me be a little bit more logical. I'm not going to trade somebody a 4th round pick for some guy that they don't even fucking want on their team. It's much, much easier to take a look at the fucking waiver wire a week or 2 ahead of time to say, this fucking guy has scored 1 or 2 touchdowns this year. He stands a chance of maybe getting me 7 to 12 points this week and at least helping me out in a tough week when I have a bye. But you know what? Maybe not. That's why a fucking guy like Marcel Reese or anybody else that I could have picked up isn't on a roster. Because it's a fucking shot in the dark. It's actually more, it's a better shot than your fucking logic of trying to fucking snatch somebody 7 months ago with some sort of thought that, oh, maybe down the road in the future he's going to fucking play a role in week 9. Your logic is just absolutely 100% fucking totally flawed. Let me go back to what I said earlier. You're 2-7. You suck, okay? You suck at this league. Sure, you fucking won championships in the fucking Brian Bludorn League, since you seem to be the one who wants to fucking bring up leagues all the time. But guess what? Like you said, this is the fucking tLOL, okay? The fucking tLOL. You are not elite. Nobody believes your bullshit except for your buddy Greg. So make the playoffs and win a couple of games and fucking get back to all of us. So at that rate, at the end of that, I want you guys all to just fucking realize the clown show that we're dealing with on a weekly basis. And, you know, I have a lot more respect for most people in this league that half, if not half, more than half the shit that I've said today, you've all thought already. And so I'm not breaking any fucking news to anybody here, but I feel like this type of shit needs to finally be said on record. And so that's all that I got for right now, because I know that your time is way more valuable than the 10 or so minutes that I've already fucking taken up. So, ball's in your court now, Cooney. Let's see what kind of other bullshit that you can come up with. That's all. Shredder's out.